Hey, the best squad. It's your girl, Ebony the Best. So, guys, I am coming to you guys real quickly. All right. I'm sure you guys probably already saw this, but y'all know I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna come and give my opinion on all of this, right? So, apparently, Stormi Steel, um, wrongfully, allegedly terminated her COO Kyle. Y'all know Kyle. He was all up on these YouTube streets arguing with fellow content creators, or not really arguing, but defending his boss due to things that was going on, right? So um shout out to Here for Hot Tea because she dropped this tea first, y'all. So I went over to Kyle's page and I wanted to see what's up, what was going on, what Stormy done did. And baby, he put it all out. Not sure if he should be talking on social media, but to his lawyer. But hey, he giving us content. So this is what he said. And let me make sure that I am sharing the screen. And yes, it is. It says, statement from Kyle Ivanko. Hi, everyone. Hope all is well. I wanted to take a few moments to share something that has been on my mind, and I am heartbroken to share the news that I am no longer working with Stormi Steel as Canvas Chief Operations Officer. Stormi sent me a termination letter notice on Friday, July 26, stating I was terminated as of Monday, July 22nd. Let me explain or skip ahead to slide 6 for the summary of where things stand. Over the last 18 months, I have been working with Stormi Steel, founder and CEO of Canvas Beauty, on rebuilding the legacy of the company. When we started working together, we began marketing body glaze to the world, uh, marking the start of roller coaster ride of business with many ups and downs. The challenge was extremely difficult to turn around a business in debt that was losing money monthly and that had hundreds of unfilled orders from 2+ months back. Okay. I was one of them customers, okay, that I it took like I when I said I ordered and it took forever. But y'all, we know Kyle because Stormy even brought him on the show to even big him up and thank him so much for helping her business to turn around. Right? She did that. So Kyle said, let me see, these slides. It's a lot of slides, so I'm trying to get to the next one. I'm doing this right. Nope, that's okay. How do I get to the next slide? Hold on. Oh, Kyle, I just want to see the rust. Okay. Okay, I cannot get to the next slide. Hold on. Um, okay, let's see. I don't like when something gives me a problem. I really don't. I honestly don't like when things gives me problem. Okay. All right. He said, when I was first onboarded to work on advertising, we'd get customers complaining in the ads comments pretty much immediately. I quickly saw that more than marketing help was needed for the full recovery. I rolled up my sleeves personally, sent hundreds, if not thousands, of emails to customers apologizing for their mistakes of the past and predating my time and helping to right every wrong with limited budget and limited resource. But there was a part, but that there was a part of the challenge that I love. I love helping customers get what they deserved. I love having a part of making things right. I spent hours laying on my couch at night writing customers apologies email. Even though I had been happy working on my own marketing business, co-founded Crackerjack JC, I felt the call of the wild to dive in headfirst into what had become the most challenging and rewarding project of my life. Toward the end of April 2023, Stormy and I agreed for me to come on board as a true partner, joining her as her right hand with an agreement to split equity and profit, we both saw a potential in one another. And after seeing some initial traction, saw we were a dream team that was so powerful combined. He went on to say, even though I quickly helped the business a whole turnaround profitable within just a few months, the lifestyle creep of the CEO would deplete the accounts, and just about every month that I followed was put was what every month that was followed was a gut punch after gut punch. New lawsuits from the past would pop up, debtors would recircle back, and it even got to a point where our website was shut down for unpaid bills. Yikes. Holding out hope and seeing the vision of for success so clearly in my head, I forewent my monthly retainer and lent Stormi and the business somewhere between 30 to 40,000. I refused to give up after so much effort. After after ups and down, more ups, more downs, around September of 2023, we finally struck big. We landed at expanding a TikTok shop, and after some initial roadblocks, we quickly became the top selling beauty product on the platform. As the holiday season rolled around, we really moved mountains to keep up with demand. Over 10,000 sales a days turned into 100,000 sales days. We were on cloud nine, and I felt every day that it was a dream I could wake up from at time, even though I was doing the job of 5 people. And we know that's true because Stormy nephew said he was doing the job of 10 people. Okay. The kid inside me was beaming with pride at becoming an executive at a beauty company and arguably the fastest growing in the world. Kyle went on to say the holiday season was good for us, and we ended the year with 475,000 sales a day. We were beyond over the moon. As the months of 2024 progressed, the stakes became higher and higher, uh, and the workload, of course, too, having held on to much of the work I accumulated when funds were tight. I was doing the work of customer service, graphic and label design, marketing, inventory, and supply chain management, human resources, payroll, finance, product development, business development, and vendor relations, including with our favorite partner, TikTok. But through all the hard work, we ended March with nearly 5 million in sales, quite quite literally about 25x from a year prior. We were on top of the world. TikTok Live became more high stakes too. We broke records with TikTok first becoming the first brand to sell over 400,000 plus single live stream, and then in June becoming the first brand and Stormi, the first creator to sell over 1 million in a single live. We did another live earlier this month in July 2024, selling over 1.1 million worth of canvas products in a single day, just under a year on TikTok. We sold over 20 million worth of product. The numbers and the story were simply unbelievable. I followed Stormi and the team back to Alabama after most recent live to help pack and fulfill orders. Fulfilling 1 million worth of product from a single day is no joke, let alone all the other accumulated orders that came rolling in after. During this trip, Stormi and I had some business disagreements, but nothing out of the ordinary and certainly nothing extreme, especially for two executives of the fastest growing beauty company. We hugged it out every uh, after every disagreement and continually reference to yin and yang mantra, a reminder that we are different but perfect complements for one another. I left to go home to California on Tuesday, July 16th. After a few days working back at home, the relationship was business as usual until Tuesday, July 18. Stormi and I had talked to me about wanting to get business valuation of 409A. I agreed, of course, wanting to know how much value we've created in the last year. I reminded Stormi about the importance of keeping books clean and was immediately met with rage, like the switch flipped, a rage that I hadn't been reminding her to do certain things that she said she would. Rage I hadn't hired a CFO, rage that I was pushing back on some personal hiring decisions Stormi was suggesting. Yikes. She immediately asks for a full list of everything I do and in the same breath accuse me of intentionally doing so much to try to make myself irreplaceable and in an effort to hurt the business. What a wicked woman. This dumbfounded at the accusation obliged to providing the list of duties, of course, because as I always would follow the direction of my CEO and business partner, also included every one of my contact vendors, everyone that would be helpful should I, God forbid, hit by a bus. The next day, on Friday, July 19th, I called Stormi asking to get clarity about my role and responsibilities going forward. As she had prior day said, she was stripping me of some of my usual duties, like payroll, that I had been managing for about a year and was already in the process of handing off to colleague. Okay. During this phone call, when I mentioned that I sent a full list of everything I do and my contacts should she need to replace me, she panicked and kept insisting that I was quitting and resigning. Stormi, you had plans. That's not right. You had plans to let this guy go. I think because you guys had an agreement in 2023, you know he's a business partner, you know your company was growing, you did a dirty thing to now try to cut him off of all that he has done and brought your company to. And now you're wanting to let him go without giving him anything. I really hope he sues the pants off of you because this is illegal. He went on to say, so during this phone call, when I mentioned that I sent the full list of everything I do and contacts should she need to replace me, she panicked and kept insisting that I was quitting and resigning, which I don't see where she get that from. I denied this several times, saying over and over I wasn't quitting and I was not resigning, but Stormi replied with many hurtful things, including that out of all the people she has ever worked with, including those that stole from her, that I was the worst of them all. Whoa, this stung me. She told me we were done over and over and to talk to my lawyer. We said bye and hang up. Yo, that's cold. He said she called back about an hour and I asked to record the conversation and the conclusion of the call was that we would cool off, enjoy the weekend and come back and talk again on Sunday. She kept insisting I tell her what my handoff plan would be, but I was explaining my head was still spinning at the idea of leaving the company. I had dedicated my life to over the last year and a half. We ended the call on good terms and wished each other a happy weekend. Not even a few hours after the call, Stormi had started to inform our vendors, namely TikTok, that she would need to be included in conversations going forward. The next day, on Saturday morning, I woke up having been locked out of my work email and thus nearly everything I've worked on for the past year and a half, including my personal financial expense spreadsheet. Wow. On Sunday, when Stormi reached out about time to talk on the phone, I told her my head was still spinning and that locking me out of my email and contacting TikTok on Friday evening right after our conversation about cooling off really violated my trust. Sensing tensions were still high, I said I would be taking an LOA, a leave of absence, right? Starting Monday, July 22nd, having never taken a true day off in the last 18 months working, since we started working together. I think this is it, guys. I think this is it. I reaffirmed my belief in her and my wish for the success of the company, regardless if she chose to have me back. She said she'd reached out later in the week. On Tuesday, July 23rd, her lawyer reached out to me asking for a phone call to discuss Stormi and I parting ways, which was news to me after explaining the situation of the last few days. How that officially parting ways was news to me, and how I didn't feel comfortable talking to her legal team without representation of my own. I didn't hear anything from them until Friday, July 26th. When Friday rolled around at the end of the day around 5 p.m., my time, I received an email from Stormi indicating that I had been terminated as of Monday, July 22nd, on the day that I had taken my leave of absence. In this same email, Stormi including a separation agreement that meant I'd sign away my claims. What? I have for my share of unpaid profits, 7 figures. Any claims I have for ownership/equity, and my ability to speak openly about my experience working with Stormi and Canvas. Additionally, there was a portion of the agreement saying I could not work in the beauty product industry for 24 months, among many other things that could limit my career, all in exchange for 1 month's pay. My God. My God, this is wicked. Of course, I didn't sign at this point in time. I am heartbroken to have been ousted by the person I have just short of dedicated my life to over this past year and a half. After all the sleepless nights and all the collaboration, all the work, effort, and strategy that has gone into creating one of the most successful beauty brand of all time, to be pushed out over something so minute shortly after discussing the company could possibly be worth 9 figures. It's bizarre to me. Someone who I would have arguably called my best friend. Aww. Someone who openly shared every detail of her life with me. Yikes. Secrets. Okay, Kyle. You may need to call Queen Sheba. Okay. Someone who could call me an uncle to her son. Someone who asks me for my advice on family matters and who I talk to several times a day, just about every single day over the last 18 months, to push me out over something so minor. I am so sad to share that I have retained legal counsel, and while I hope for a amicable resolution, I will utilize every legal avenue available to me. All that I am asking for is what was promised to me, because I strongly feel, as she put it in her own words, the night of Valentine's Day Gala, that I really did turn everything around. Thanks for reading. Sincerely, Kyle. It's not only the night of the gala, she praised you all the time. Canvas Beauty Okay, he's highlighting, things that she have said. Almost lost my company last year. So to be here today, okay, I remember that post. She said, and I have to give a major shout out to the greatest COO in the world. I'll never be able to thank you enough for believing in the company when they're when when we were at our lowest, and always seeing the vision and mentoring me into the best CEO I can be. It's amazing what we have done in a year. Girl, you done put it out here. Lord, guys, so you heard that. It was even on the shade room. And this is them. This is them. And he did all of this for her. And we thinking, can she out here doing big thing, and it was all Kyle. Look at that. I wonder what her husband has to say about this. That's not nice, Stormy. That's not nice. You don't treat people this way. You don't. You don't. But guys, tell me what you think about this. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will definitely talk to y'all later. All right. Bye.